Today with us on Stool Talk, where it's a joy, a pleasure to finally get in touch with this coach I've been hearing so much about, different of his former players, former athletes that he worked out or that he didn't poured into, is talking so much about him and how he influenced them, not only as when they were an athlete in the city league, but even after they grown on to college, even in life, man. And that's what we need. So today we got with us Coach Fleming. How you doing today?
What's up? What's up, my guy? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. So yeah, man, I always be hearing about you, and I always like heard players like going to work out with you, you doing training or you getting them together. And most coaches that got their own program, not trying to help everybody out. Has that always been inside you to do that? When did that start for you?
Yeah, I mean, as far as just helping out anybody I can, that's just me and my passion. I just love basketball. If I wasn't coaching, I'd still be doing basketball training. So once I got full fledged into coaching, I was already training, so I just couldn't stop. I couldn't stop giving, so I just kept it going. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who the kid is, what school they go to. Hey, I'm trying to help anybody, man. That's just how I
Yeah.
go.
That's dope, and that's what we needed. When did sports or when did basketball start for you? How old were you?
Sports as far as me playing, man, I've been playing basketball since I can remember. I got old pictures with me with little basketballs in my hand walking around the house. But as far as the team, first team I played for, I was 6 years old. At the Frederick Douglass Center. We practiced at the Frederick Douglass Center, but I played for Warren AMC Church. And I was in first grade going to Stewart Elementary, and that's where I started at playing basketball at the Doug. Played there first grade, second grade, and third grade. Third grade, we won the championship. Shout out to my coach Vera Smith. Um, she was our coach. We went 10-0. Man, it been up from there, man. The Douglas Center got me going, and I've been playing basketball since then.
Yeah, I remember those Douglas Center days when they had the Douglas Center was one team and JB Simmons was another team. It's always good rec, especially on that side of town as well, because you getting them players that's giving you your all. They coming at you, they making you work out. When did you knew that you were good, and when did you see your game developing that among your peers?
Um, I was an athlete growing up. I played basketball, baseball, football. I played soccer. I was a straight athlete, but my main sport was always basketball. I loved it. My mom wanted me to play baseball, so by the time I got to I say third grade was that year. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we went 10-0. Me and my dude Lonzo was the leading scorer. They kept stats and everything. We were the leading scorers in the league at the Douglas Center, and so that's why I really got my love for it. So I kept playing and playing. About the time I got to about eighth grade, I played for a school called Horizon, and I was averaging about like 18. I got a lot of attention. You know what I'm saying, from different AU coaches, stuff like that. Went down to Fremont my freshman year, summertime, and coach had me playing a little varsity and JV with the at the little summer camps, and we won the JV championship at GSU. And I started taking it very serious. Like I said, I was done with football. I started just playing straight basketball. I was working out, going to the park every day, and just took basketball very, very serious. So about my freshman year is when I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm about to try to do this basketball thing.
And what school was you at during your high school years?
Ooh, man, it's a long man. See, this is the interview, so it started off at I went to Rogers, right? Right to high school. I went to Rogers. I was there for like 2 months. I played football for Rogers. My last game I played, we played against Scott. The next week we had moved and I transferred to Scott. So I went to Scott for like if I played football for them for the rest of the season. I had started off on freshman. They had me on JV and I was dressing varsity, you know what I'm saying, on kickoff return and punt return. I was fast. I was so fast, man. So by the time basketball season come, like I said, I had went down there that summertime and went to Fremont. So by the time
Yeah.
the basketball, and I loved it down there, you know what I'm saying? They showed me love. So by the time the basketball season come around, I had been talking to some of my friends I met, you know what I'm saying? My dad was there, talked to the couple coaches that I had met, and I'm like, I'm about to go back down there. So I transferred, that's my third school in the first quarter. I transferred right back down to Fremont, and I finally enrolled here, and I go to Fremont. Go to Fremont that freshman year. They had me playing freshman, and that's where it kind of got me because I'm like, all right. The whole summer I played JV got varsity a little bit, so they telling me to come down there, and I get down there, and they put me on freshman. So I was a little frustrated at first, you know what I'm saying? But that was my first time, like, all right, knowing like you gotta work for something, you know what I'm saying? And you can't give up. You want something, you go get it. So I played freshman that year, and by the end of the year, I addressed JV. You know what I'm saying? I'm in practice with JV and varsity now. I'm about like the last 2, 3, 4 games, so I accomplished something. And then that summer, by the time the basketball season was over with, fourth quarter, I transferred back to Scott. So it's
Okay.
all in 1 year. All in 1 year.
Was
Scott,
Coach
I mean
was Coach
Rogers.
Key and Coach Chris the coach there at this time?
No, they weren't there. No, they weren't there. It was Coach Subatiki.
Oh,
Coach
okay,
Sub
Coach
was
Sub.
there.
Okay. Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
RIP Coach Sub.
Yeah, R.I.P. Coach
Um,
Sub.
so that's the end of the freshman year, and I finished at Scott. Beginning of my sophomore year, I go to TC. I had got cool with one of the players, Ethan Michaels. He ended up playing with me in the summertime. Gus Mackers, and we got real cool, and like he told me about TC and all that. And I ended up going over there, and I liked it. I went there. You know what I'm saying? That's when Ed Choice first came out. Ed Choice first came out. I got the Ed Choice scholarship, and I went to TC. Went there. We was going to 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning workouts. Coach McWinney, um, who just retired from coaching like 2 years ago, is a good friend of mine, man. Like I said, I was supposed to play for him. So I end up leaving there right before the basketball season come again because I'm getting them calls, go back down to Fremont. You know what I'm saying? So my sophomore year, go back down. Like I said, I'm thinking I'm about to play straight varsity again. Now they got me on JV because it's one of them type of times where it's more little policies. Me and Kenny Penn, if anybody know Kenny Penn, he was one of the top point guards in the state at that time. We both on JV. You know what I'm saying? Our JV started off like 7, 8, and 0. I mean, it's games where I remember I had like 28 against Finley. You know what I'm saying? I had 17 in third quarter, and people in the crowd like he need to be get more varsity time. But it was just like wait your turn. You know what I'm saying? Our football team had went 10-0. You know what I'm saying? And the football players decided to play basketball, so our coach was loyal to that community. Their parents went there and they was all seniors, so he let them play. You know what I'm saying? But I still got some time. You know what I'm saying? I probably got 8, 9 minutes a game, if that, sometimes 6 as a sophomore, and I still score more points than some of those seniors that played all varsity that year. But it just made me work for my spot. It just kept me humble and made me just be that person like I gotta work for something. Ain't nothing getting handed to me. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. It was about that time when YouTube first started coming out, Google, and I'm looking up players around the state rankings. I'm looking at these dudes, and it's no YouTube yet. It's just Google. So I'm looking at all these players, man, like who ranked, where I'm gonna see them at. I got to go to the All Ohio Showcase. I know we want to play this team, you know what I'm saying? And I finally get to see them dudes. So my junior year come, it's my first time I'm actually in Fremont for a whole year. And I'm starting varsity now, and I end up being a second leading scorer. I averaged 11 points a game, was all league, all district. We ain't have a good season though. I think we won like 6 games, man, and it was hard because we was young. We was all juniors. It was all our first time really getting significant varsity time. We had like 1 or 2 seniors, and we lost a lot of games we lost 11 games that year by under 5 points. Like
Mm.
close games, you know what I'm saying? We played some tough games. We played Whitmer that year with Ryan Smith. They went to the state championship. I had the whole Ryan Smith. We played Wait that year, who was ranked in the state that year with Kyrie Riley and all them, Jaren Jackson and all them that was real good at that time. And we had a good schedule. So that senior year coming back to Fremont, we was looked upon to being a good school, a good program. And I had a real good summer, man. That was probably my best summer. Like status wise, I went to camps. Every camp I went to, I got MVP. I made all. I mean, not MVP. I got made All Star team. I got a couple MVPs. AAU, we won championships. And I started playing against all the ranked players. You know what I'm saying? I started showing myself at camps and stuff like that. Like I said, I ended up being on some websites and I was ranked top 50 in the state. You know what I'm saying? And coming from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And work myself there. So right for the season start, like I said, I end up my grandma. I got a call one day. I'm like I said, I'm in Fremont. My dad ended up going to jail my sophomore year, and my grandma was like my heart. My mom had me when she was 16, and my grandma was my heart, man. Like she helped raise me a lot. You know, I was a granny's boy, so. I got a call one day in class that she was having a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? That hurt me. So for 2, 3 weeks, that's on my mind. Boom, boom, boom. And then like I want to go back home. So I ended up going back home. And I told my mama, I remember the day I woke up like, Mom, I want to come home. You know what I'm saying? And my mama wanted me to come home anyway, so she just got on the road and came and got me. I'm living with one of my teammates. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm living with one of my teammates. They welcomed me in, a good family. Man, I live good. Pool in the backyard. You know, they had cars. The kids got cars. We doing everything. It was good living. But
Yeah.
my grandma was hurting. You feel me? So the day I left school, my mom came and got me. Went to my coach. He doing everything to keep me. I remember I walk out to school, everybody, it's like it was a movie, man. I promise, I'm not lying. It's like a movie. When I'm leaving out of school from transferring, like the bell ring for the switch classes, and everybody come to the door like, "Oh, you leaving? D, you leaving?" And it's like friends crying and all. That was one of the hardest things I ever did, man. Like, and I still think about that to this day. I have dreams like, what if I stayed in Fremont? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hello. So I come back to Scott and I played 5 scrimmages. I ended up getting a starting spot. Like I said, Coach Sabatiki was the coach. I played with like Sharon Allen, Owen Dodson, that's class '09, um, Vernon, D.D. Porter, RIP, D.D. Porter, um,
Yeah.
Kendrick. We had 12 seniors, man. We had a real good team, and I ended up earning a starting spot like quickly. You know what I'm saying? They respected it. I was busting my butt, and the first game, I remember they came back and said I wasn't eligible because I was ruled ineligible for transferring. The thing was, man, like I said, my dad was married in Fremont, and his stepkids, their auntie, this is how crazy that their auntie was on the board of OSHA. Like she handed out the trophies when the people win the state championship. You know what I'm saying? And she said she
Yeah.
saw my name when I transferred. She knew me. She had gave me a present before for Christmas. Though she come to get her nieces nephews a present for Christmas. I lived here too. She didn't give me a present. You know what I'm saying? At least a card or something. So she knew who I was and she knew my address. So when they ruled, they red flagged me. She said she red flagged me. And like I said, I remember that day, man, I was on my couch. I didn't go to school for like 2 weeks. I was depressed. As a 17-year-old kid, I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I knew. Like, I felt like my dreams was over with. And I was in a deep depression, man. Like, I almost didn't graduate high school. Um, Barely graduated high school just because missing so many days because I was really done, man. I was done with basketball. I was done with everything. And like I said, the day I came back from Fremont from transferring, my grandma walking the house, she's having another heart attack. Ambulance get called. You feel me? So that's why I say give it up is easy. You feel me? Like through all that high school, I
Yeah.
didn't go to college right out of high school. I didn't go to college until 2 years after high school. You know, I was doing whatever. Like I had gave up on I didn't play basketball for a whole year until like my grandma actually died. She died like 2 months after my graduation. I graduated. She saw me graduate. 2 months later, she ended up dying. Man, one of the hardest days of my life.
Yeah.
And that day, the last thing I did was go buy a pair of Jordans. You know what I'm saying? She loved Michael Jordan. I remember I bought the new Jordans that came on her birthday, and I went down to a college with my dude Sharon. Went to Oakland University. Oakland JUCO, and I balled. You know what I'm saying? I balled in them Jordans, and I just kept going after that day. And I'm like, I got to go play college basketball. I know I could do it, man. Like I know I could play. You feel me? And I got a chance to go do it. Like it's JUCO. People like, oh, you played JUCO. This man, college basketball, is college basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like
Facts.
it's I played in JUCO over in the on the East Coast, you know what I'm saying? And when I went over there to visit, I went and took a visit before I went over there and actually played. And I went there like, man, this ain't nothing, man. I'm about to come kill. Like this looks ball. Like, and I actually go play. I'm like, man, it's some real ballers. Like we going to New Jersey, we going to New York, we going to Maryland. You know what I'm saying? We played against some dudes. I played against dudes that went D1. Like, and I held my own. Like I held them. I had better games than them. You know what I'm saying? So it's JUCO is definitely a great route for kids. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's story different, everybody route different. And I will always advise kids, if you're not getting the looks you won't, and you want to bet on yourself, hey, go to JUCO route, man. Go to
Yeah.
JUCO
What
route.
what what made you get into coaching? Was it a coach that you looked up to, or what made you say, "Man, I want to be a coach. I want to be able to do this"?
Man, coaching, like I said, my dad went to North Carolina when I was 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? I had an uncle. My uncle's more in the streets. He really what not to do. Like as far as like he always tell me like don't do this stuff, you know what I'm saying? You need to keep your head on straight, you know what I'm saying? So as father figures that doing the things right, it's always was coaches. Like
Yeah.
always was man that was coaches, you know what I'm saying? But one of the ones that stick out more, like I said, was I say like Coach Tommy Vaughn. When I got to college, like I said, he took a
Shout out
chat.
to Coach Vaughn. We doing the interview
Yeah,
on the 28th on his dad Chico Vaughn birthday. We
yeah,
doing the
man,
interview.
Chico Vaughn.
Shout out to him.
So that's how I got to Delaware, man. That story, and that's how I started coaching. But through him, like Chico, I got to meet Chico. He lived down the street from me, man. This how it was. My stepdad introduced me to him. We lived on Shenandoah, right down the street from Chico Vaughn. That's when I'm really hitting the gym hard, about to go back to trying to get in college. Take Chico, he on his this 2 weeks before he, just like 2 3 weeks before he died. You know what I'm saying? He on his deathbed, basically. You know what I'm saying? I taking my high school highlight tape. He like first thing he do, he called like 6 7 colleges right in front of me. Like, I'm gonna get you in school. This 3 weeks before he died. This how a man that's about to die is still trying to help other people be successful in life. You know what I'm saying? And um, he ended up hooking me up with his son, Tommy Vine. He ended up coming to the funeral and we met. And when he came to the funeral that week, he was there for a week. And we was at Indiana Park hooping. I didn't know he was even watching me. We used to hoop at Indiana all the time. I was up there having a real good day one day. He like, man, hey, I gotta sign you, you know what I'm saying? It was like I had to wait like a whole year to even go to Delaware. So that whole year, like I'm like 18, 19, I'm working all factory jobs, anything I can just stay above water. And I ain't got no car. I'm walking the gyms. Like I said, my best friend Ron, man, we hooped every day in Indiana, man. I live on one side of town. We had called each other, hey, bro, meet me halfway. We going to hoop. We going to the water.
Halfway point the post office, or was it by the bridge over there on Door Street? Since you coming for Shenandoah, you hit that cut, turn left on Upton, and come halfway down. Is that where y'all meeting since he was on Indiana?
Yeah, yeah. But that's before I moved on Shenandoah. Before that, I was living on Jermaine over off Auburn. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we'd meet somewhere like on by Detroit and right there on I don't know, just right there by Detroit and the little side streets right there going down Sneed for real.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So
where it's at.
man, it was a lot, man. I remember we didn't met at Smith Park, bro, because I lived on Norwood and we walked all the way to the north side at Riverside YMCA to go hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the
Yeah.
kind of dedication I did. Like people don't know. Like they be like, oh man, I'm just a hardworking player, but a hard working coach and all that. But that's the kind of player I was, man. When I wanted something, man, I used to go get up, run by myself, run hills. Just I'm walking, dribbling the ball wherever I go. I ain't got no car. People riding by me, honking. They know me, but I'm going to go hoop, man. That's all my mindset was. I got to get up out of here, and I did it. You feel me?
Yeah.
I accomplished something I wanted to do. And it was
Yeah.
like I said, Coach Tommy and Chico Vine, the Vine family, Mark Vine, all of them is a big part of me getting up out of here, man, and having a chance and where I'm at today.
Yeah, and then what I just keep sensing, even as you tell your story, I see why the players gravitate towards you because they know you real, you solid, you 100, and you don't go for anything because your story, can't no player tell you any kind of thing. If they like, coach, I want to transfer because I ain't playing. Boom, you done been there. So you done
Man,
already went through that. So you can tell them, even working hard, getting looked over, can't nobody have no excuse that you ain't never there, that you ain't never heard. So you always dare to give them the real and say, look, this was going to happen. And I'm pretty sure you had those players that came back like, hey, coach, you was right.
man, I remember one of my players from last year, man. Uh, my player last year is a senior. Um, And like I said, I've been in Money Valley. This is my 8th year, and when I got here, he's probably like in 5th grade. You know what I'm saying? I've been training since I got here. But one of his best friends used to always train with me. One of my other players, he used to watch him train with me every day, and he used to stay at the door. You know what I'm saying? I used to make him train with me some days, but he never took it on himself to say I'm gonna train with Coach Fleming. You know what I'm saying? Then when he got to high school, now he a little behind, but he athletic enough to get by. You know what I'm saying? But then he still ain't work on his game like he should have. You know what I'm saying? He just got by with just his raw talent. He ain't work on his game. But after that last game, man, I got a text 2 days later, like, Coach, I wish I would have listened to you, man. Everything you said was right. I should have been in the gym more. I wish I would have trained with you. You know what I'm saying? So kids see and they understand, man. Like they listen. You know what I'm saying? Like they know I'm not telling them nothing wrong. I wasn't telling them nothing wrong. I'm always gonna tell them what not to do. Like I done did wrong things as well. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Where do you see the state of basketball as it is right now? Being that you got stories how you used to work, how you used to go to different places, walking, whether you had to go on another side of town, you was going to get into work to put in the work. Where do you see it, and what can we do to get it back to that?
man, to me, like I don't think. basketball never gonna go back to where it really was. You know what I'm saying? Just because how the world is now. Like that's what it is. The world is different. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really basketball changes the world and how people look at stuff. People ain't really hungry for it no more like they used to be. We was hungry to be, you know what I'm saying? This at least a basketball player or something. These kids got so many more options. And it's just like a little fad. You know what I'm saying? Like the love for the game is really gone to me. You know what I'm saying? I train a lot of kids, and like I tell kids, don't waste my time. I know I can see a kid, man, that's 6, 7, 8 years old, like, man, that kid really like basketball already. You know, so I know I could feel the love for the game. I know when a person really love it or when they just doing it. And a lot of these kids don't be really loving it. They be just doing it just to do it. You know what I'm saying? When the love really come back and they take it more serious and they don't like say, they ain't just I could be a YouTuber, I could do this. It's like, hey, get out the house, man, go hoop. You know,
Yeah,
you right on the street, you don't see kids playing basketball outside. Like, where's the love for the game at? Like I said, I
yeah.
was 17, 18 years old, 19 years old, still had love for the game, still trying to go play at parks and hard. You know what I'm saying? The love for the game, I just don't think it's there. I think it's just more like for a fab. You know what I'm saying? It's for more of a camera thing and stuff like that.
Yeah. How do you balance the competitive nature of high school sports and the importance of sportsmanship with your program? Being that other schools doing stuff, probably doing illegal stuff, keeping up with the Joneses, trying to stack their team. But how do you stay true to you and your foundation and what you believe as a coach and your core with your program?
Man, with me, I don't care who I coach. You know what I'm saying? I think I've shown that. My teams here at Mommy Valley, like I said, I've been here 8 years, and my teams I was always I started as the eighth grade coach. And I coach kids that know they not playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a coach a kid that know they don't even want to play basketball the next year or in high school. I'm gonna coach them like they want to go to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold them to their expectations. I'm gonna make it seem like they could go to the NBA and they go give me all they got. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna coach anybody. I don't gotta have the best players. Um, I don't even care about my record. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I want to win. That's what game is about. You win or lose, and I want to be on the winning side. But I just love coaching. You know what I'm saying? I love helping. I love coaching, and I will coach anybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it's at with me. That's why my program will always be what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because we go work hard. We go get it out the mud. We ain't going for no handouts. I'm not begging no kids to come over here. None of that. Like, if you want to work, you want to work. You go get what you get out of it. You know, put in. So that's
Yeah.
what it is over here, man. It's all about work.
Yeah. What do you see yourself long term as a vision for your program in the next couple of years? Do you got anything that you want to do, accomplish, or what do you see yourself?
Um, that's I just want to continue to grow. Like I said, our motto is make history. I want to just make history, keep on creating a legacy. You know what I'm saying? I want to leave a mark in this basketball world with these kids, whether it's on the court, in the classroom, or just relationships. I want them to know Coach Fleming been there and that he was here and forever. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, coaches always been like my hero, so I want to be that. Like I could go back and tell you every last one of my coaches, you know what I'm saying, what they did for me. I want to be that to these kids. I want to be 20 years later and a kid like, hey, if it weren't for Coach Fleming, man, I wouldn't be here, man. Like Coach Fleming helped me really get to this point, and just from me, maybe it could have been a conversation we had. It ain't got to do with nothing about basketball, but I
Yeah.
just want to be that person that know that I help kids and hey, this is what I feel like God put me here to do. I love what I do, man. Like, if it weren't for basketball, like I tell my players all the time, the way I coach so hard is because I love the game so much. My passion for it is crazy. So I wouldn't be in the position I was if it weren't for basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I'm always give my all to this game, man.
Yeah, and it's impacting you doing something because, like I said, even with my last interview, interview DJ Alexander, and he was saying how much you meant to him, and what all you instilled inside of him that he still used today at the college level. So even hearing that, it's sticking with him, and that they're being able to utilize it. What would you say to the players that's battling one foot in the streets and one foot in sports and playing sports? What would you say to that? Being that a lot of them is struggling with identity, want to be with their boys, but want to play, but kind of straddling it.
I made a stat like this a couple years ago about that situation because I know a lot of kids that was doing that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you can't play both sides. You got to pick a side. You know what I'm saying? You go go all out and be in the streets. I'm not telling no kid to be in the streets, but you can't play both sides. You know what I'm saying? You go do this basketball thing, sports, football, whatever it is. You got to give your all, and that's for anything in life. You know what I'm saying? You want to do something, you got to give your all to it. You can't be wilding and saying, "I want to do this 50%, do this 50." No, you got to give your all to something. Now, if that don't work, go try Plan B and give your all to that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you can't be. You got to give your all. So I would tell them, man, pick a side, pick a side. And I hope it's the good side. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to the streets.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing gonna come out of that.
Yeah, last couple questions. What type of coach you are to your son? I know you got the son that playing basketball. Do you be hard on him? Do you allow him to make different choices and decisions, or you treat him like you would a regular player?
Um, My son's as far as my household, I'm not hard. You know, so I'm just go definitely my son, Dontavion Jr., he right now, like I don't even train him. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do nothing. I just want him to fall in love with the game. And like I just want him to learn right now. So I'll just keep him in the gym. He had my practices, he had my games, and I let him play. Like I tell him things he should do, but I'm not hard on him. I might ask him to train if he want. Hey, DJ, come get in the drill. If he come get in the drill, he get in the drill. If he don't, hey, I let him go do what he want. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not forcing nothing on him. Like I said, I just want him to fall in love with himself. And once he at that age, maybe it might be this summer. You know what I'm saying? Because he's starting to like where he's starting to say, "Dad, I want to go to the gym. No, don't leave me at home. I want to go to practice." And it's, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is kind of working. So when
Yeah.
he started telling me he want to do the thing, that's when it's like, all right, you want to do it? So we go do it serious. This is what we go do. You know what I'm saying? So he know like, hey, my dad ain't making me do this. So it just really just being patient, man. Being patient, just um I think the more visual thing right now at the early age is good. He just learning. Like I said, my son, I went to his game Saturday, and he 6 years old, and he drive baseline and make a bounce pass to a kid that's in front of the rim, and nobody in the whole gym is doing that at his age. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that was the play for me that I saw that like, oh, okay, he a little more head in them because everybody else traveling and just not understanding basketball. But from him coming to my games and practices, he done seen somebody do that of driving with their head up and making a pass to somebody else that's cutting to the basket, you know? So just
Yeah.
looking at them things.
Yeah. Last question. Talk to the young athlete that's trying to work on their game and want to know what to do to better their game. Tell them about the importance of fundamentals, being that you're a fundamental coach and you work on skill set, because a lot of the players aren't working on their game. They just expect it to come, or they want all the shine, but they don't put in the work.
Yep. As far as putting work in your game, you got to stay on your craft, man. You got to put the work in. Fundamentals are definitely important, and it doesn't take long to do little workouts every day. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of kids don't be understand how much time they wasting. You know what I'm saying? By sitting on their phone for 20 minutes when they could have been doing some fundamental ball handling stationary if they really wanted. But like I tell all my kids, you want something, man, you gotta outdo everybody else. You gotta outdo everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You gotta outwork the work. So find set your time up. You know what I'm saying? Make you a schedule and stay true to your schedule. I just talked to a teacher today. It's about being consistent. That's the main thing. Be consistent. Like I said, set your schedule up at just 2, 3 workouts a day, and you stick to your goals and you do them. And as far as just training, because I be here, people about the training part. Yes, you need to train. Yes, you need to train, but you also need to hoop. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's nothing that's going away from. People are just thinking I could take my kid to a trainer and they could make him a superstar. No, I train kids to come understand what to do, give them some drills and fundamentally, and so they could take stuff I give them and do they self. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get better by going with a trainer and training with them just 3 times a week and you think you're getting better. No, you go train with that trainer 3 times a week, but you also go take the drills your trainer give you and you do it yourself 5 times a week. You know what I'm saying? So now you got 20 16 workouts in 1 week, you know what I'm saying, instead of just doing them 3. And then you go on the hoop as well. Because it's the training I go do it. Now you're gonna go hoop daily and test your training out to see what you could do and what you need to work on still. And I think people just think the training part is go get it done. No, I tell people all the time, you can't just train. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just showing you what to do. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta stay consistent, man. You gotta stay consistent. But I tell kids never give up, man. Like I said, giving up is easy. It's easy to say, hey, I don't want to do this no more. I quit. That's too hard. But it's hard to keep going. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to keep going and keep striving and keep going over the hills and swimming through the lakes and all that. It's hard to keep doing that. So giving up is easy, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Never give up. And one day you'll see the sunshine.
Yeah. We thank you, man. We just want to tell you to keep doing what you doing, man. Great husband, father, coach, man. Just a man overall, man, that's putting in the work, that's doing, what it takes to help just the community as well as your teammates because it's more than basketball. It's about life, but it's about, you getting the best out of whatever kid comes around and you touch, man. And the city need more stuff about that. Like, they need that in it because it's what's needed, man. So we just appreciate you. We shout you out, man. Keep doing what you doing, man. May God just continue to bless you and bless whoever comes around you and bless whoever gets the type of direction, knowledge, and information. May they be able to hear it and take it and understand it. May it change their life, how your life was changed.
Appreciate that, man. And I appreciate you for this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, people need to hear other people's stories and just hear people talk because people might just came to one game and be like, oh, man, that coach seemed crazy, man. He's wild. And he got, you know what I'm saying? He emotional, but they don't know the backstory, why I coach so
Yeah.
hard. You know what I'm saying? So maybe this might help some people out. I'm like, oh, I understand him now. I understand his passion, why he love the game. So I appreciate you for this opportunity, man. And keep doing what you're doing. I'm always checking out your stuff you post and
Yeah.
all everybody you putting up here, you doing a good job, man.
Yeah,
And
and I got a
again,
gym from
man,
you too. I got a gym for you about the Chico Vine. I didn't even know I was getting that today.
yeah, man, for real, for real.
Yeah,
Chico, man,
nice.
Chico Vine, man, that's my guy, man. I love that man. Like, again, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him and Tommy Vine. Hey, if anybody is watching, man, Texas City's Valley Boys playoff time. Hey, come support. Hey, you want your kid to get coach good? You want some good education? Hey, you know where to go, man. You know where to go.
Yep,
Valley
yep,
Boys, man.
yep. Good luck, and whoever watching this, if y'all need what he got to offer, which is a great coach and a great provider and a great mentor as well as a great education, you know what to do. Yep,
Appreciate you,
appreciate you, man.
man.
Yep. Be in touch.
Yep, for sure.
Yep.